Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to Overwatch Central. It's just me on my own today. I know we've done a lot of videos separately over the past week or so. We are going to be doing more videos together, both me and Miska, but this is something that only I can really relate and talk to because it actually happened to me. Now, it's an interesting story in itself. It's a really frustrating story, and of course I want to share my just displeasure with the whole thing that happened, but also I think it does highlight the major problem with the griefing system overall. So let's start from the very beginning. Thursday night was the first night that people could play DOOMFIST in competitive. If you didn't know that, you do know now. He was released a week after he was put onto the live servers. And so I was playing with Josh, one amongst many who was basically just playing DOOMFIST, has been practicing him all week in an attempt to play him more as a DPS character and see how it goes. I thought I'd tag along because I actually wanted to practice a little bit of Zarya, and the two really combined fairly well. So made some good synergy, filled up a tank slot, and gave us both good practice on heroes. So we sort of went into it with a practicing mentality, not really focusing on SR just to get better at these heroes. And all in all, we had a fairly horrible time with it all. But I think the worst part came from a game that we had on Lijiang first, where we had a player, I don't want to name any names, you may see the name come up in videos and stuff like that. It's an alt as well, which is a point that we'll get onto it in a second, so I don't necessarily mind revealing the name because it obviously doesn't matter to him. They said that they wanted DOOMFIST, and if they weren't going to get DOOMFIST, they were going to play Torbjorn. And this person sort of actively admitted that they were going to throw because they were going to get DOOMFIST. Of course, most people ignored him. He played Torbjorn and we lost the first round. But then we started to win, and this player even said that he has to throw harder because we're winning, and then started calling the enemy team bad and stuff like that. Picked up Bastion for the second round, which we won, and then for the third round he just proceeded to throw himself off the edge of the map constantly, and we actually ended up winning. He shat talked the enemy team, and of course we reported him. Everybody on the team and the enemy team I think as well reported him as well. It was an absolute miracle and a little bit of a carry that we had to sort of bring him to win on Lijiang Tower. The enemy team kind of sort of tilted themselves out of it as well, and overall the quality of the game was just completely gone. But then we had him again in the second game, which was on Horizon, and of course Josh picked DOOMFIST as he had done all night. And this was the team composition. Now, I don't necessarily think that all of them started throwing because they couldn't get Torbjorn, but we certainly know the guy on the right who was playing May was the same person last game, decided to do the same thing, and again admitted to the team that he was thrown because he wanted DOOMFIST. Now, it was alright picking May, but he was actually consciously walling people off to get out of spawn for defense and stuff like that. So that's the story how it goes. We lost that game. It was really frustrating. But the problem is that this character and this guy was playing on an alt account. He did not care that this account would get reported or even banned for a day, a week, however long it would be, because there's no repercussions to his main account. He was just happy to mess about on this account, piss people off because he couldn't get his own way, and overall has been fairly childlike. And this is the real problem with ranked at the moment and griefing, is that I have no idea if that account got reported or not. I have no idea if it means anything, how long he was reported for, how long he was banned for. And ultimately, really, Blizzard should be able to connect, in inverted commas, alt accounts to main accounts so they know which they can ban. I don't really know how it works for the likes of Dota and League of Legends, which are free games and you could set up multiple accounts. But surely they banned Defran on him playing his alts and his main account basically throwing for the whole season. Surely there must be things in place for Blizzard to do a similar thing. So that's where my main problem lies, and I think we've sort of really nailed down the problem with griefers and trolls, is that if they're on accounts that aren't their mains, they do not give a crap whether they shout abuse at players, if they grief and troll, if they actively throw and leave games. There's no punishment for it really if it's on an account that they just don't care about. I don't necessarily think that it's a problem with smurfing that's making the other accounts, but I do think that needs to be some credibility that holds an alt account in the possession of a main account, so if you do anything on any of the accounts, it's all of them that get punished and not just the throwaway account that you have. So I wanted to share this really stupid story, the problem that is with Overwatch currently, and yeah, this is really putting me off playing competitive at the moment. The people can not only do this kind of thing that would want to do this kind of thing, but really there doesn't feel like there's any real punishment for it. So do let us know what you think in the comments below, whether you've had some horror stories. Do share this video if you want to get the message out. But ultimately, I do feel it's a problem with people doing whatever they want on all accounts because they don't care about the punishments. And frankly, the punishments never seem enough. But that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry if this was a little bit ranty. I just wanted to talk about this experience and what I feel a big problem with the griefing system currently is. And until next time, take care. We'll see you then.